America is in trouble on various fronts. One of the challenges I want to highlight today is the crisis among the Z generation. Z generation are the youth that were born after the year 2000. We see 34% of the Z generation is atheistic or agnostic. We see only 4% of the Z generation know the Lord. We see almost 70% of the Z generation, even Christians who are brought up in the church, who attend a public university, will leave their faith after 4 years. It is a crisis of enormous proportions, and we must address this issue. The church cannot slumber anymore. We cannot be at status quo. We must respond to the crisis with prayer. And that's why we had gathered on August 31st, 2019 at Azusa Street to cry out to the Lord for a response from the Lord to touch not only the heart of the Z generation, but to touch the challenges and to solve the challenges that America faces. We also had a gathering at Fairton, New Jersey, at one of the sites of the First Great Awakening where George Whitefield spoke in 1740 to thousands. The vision for 2020 is to pray at revival sites in all the states in America, one in each state, at the site of revival, to redig the wells of revival. Genesis 26 and 18 talks about how Isaac dug again the wells of water which were dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them up. And that's what has happened to our nation. The Philistines, the enemy, has stopped up the revivals that have happened. Azusa revival, the First Great Awakening, the Second Great Awakening, the 1857 Jeremiah Lanphier revival, the Jesus movement. All these movements touched the hearts and millions were saved, especially even in the Jeremiah Lanphier revival in 1857. There were 2 million people, 1 million saved, and 1 million rededicating their lives out of a population of 30 million. We need a revival much greater than that. And also William Seymour prophesied in 1912 that in 100 years there is a revival greater than Azusa coming to America, and we are going to redig the wells of revival. I challenge all the intercessors out there, I challenge the believers out there to not be in status quo, but understand the crisis in our nation and to join hands to pray together with us. Not only on one day, we are going to gather on September 26, 2020 with 50 simultaneous prayer gatherings, but I'm challenging you to pray every day for the Z generation. Pray every day for the different challenges that face our nation. And we have created this Facebook page, Redigging the Wells of Revival. I invite the pastors, intercessors, elders, deacons, church members from around the nation to join hands with us. We need help from you so that we can band together to cry out to the Lord for our nation. And not only America, I think there is so many nations that have the challenge of moral decay, especially we see that in Europe, we see that in Canada, and I invite other nations as well to join us in this movement called Redigging the Wells of Revival. Because the Lord put on my heart, it's easier to redig the well of revival than to dig it in the first place. So going to the location where revivals have happened to redig the wells of revival is the vision. So I welcome you to join this Facebook page, to join hands with us, to collaborate, to pray together, to see revival in America, not only in America, but in other nations of the world.